Hey everybody, it's Crypto Steve, and I'm here today with a video where I'm going to give you an update on a few projects I'm using, BetFury, MoonStaking, and CSE, which both of those are kind of copies of Hex slash T2X with, a little bit of differences. They're newer and less popular, but hey, I got in at the beginning, so I like that. And also, I had a request to take a look at something on one of my old videos. As you see, I do a lot of Splinterlands content because I do love that game. Hopefully some of you are checking that out. I know they get far less views than my Tron content. So thank you very much to all the new subscribers who are here. If you want me to make more videos on certain things, leave comments. I'm always looking for suggestions. I'm hanging out in the crypto world as much as I can. I'm looking for projects, but after I got burned by Tron, I'm going to tell you all, we all have to be very careful with where we put our money. Because even a project that had a good roadmap, launched 3-4 different websites, they exit scammed, and that's why I'm going to be a little bit hesitant to put out a lot of stuff until I feel really comfortable in the project. But I did have someone come in, they asked me to take a look at this USWAPme.org, so I went ahead and did that. Sorry, you won't hear that because I don't record the desktop video, but I forgot to pause the video. So we're going to start with that, and then I'll do a quick review of the Moons and the CSE, and then we'll go into the BetFury site, because that's the one I'll talk about the most. So uswap.me.org. I'm not going to drop a link into this. I don't really see any referral stuff going on here. It doesn't mean I didn't take a good look at it, but there's just a couple things I don't like. So the idea behind this platform I do like. It's basically just a TRC20 swapping protocol where they have a governance token. It feels a lot like the idea behind Uniswap. The governance token will help you vote in whatever other pairs get listed on here so that they can be swapped, and it will probably let you vote on what pairs are used that lets you to be able to do the farming of the UME token. Now, the thing I don't like about the site is that I couldn't find quickly the team. I couldn't find quickly the contract addresses, and I couldn't quickly find how much liquidity is in a pool. These are all things you can do on JustSwap very quickly, and the fact that you cannot do that here, I feel like even though their site, it looks cleaner than JustSwap, I'll admit, I don't like the way JustSwap looks, and these are what they originally launched with, which are basically, some of the major tokens. Right, they did the USDT, then they did Wrap BTT, Wrap TRX, Sun, the Win token. I actually have a few of those I've gotten for free. Just USDJ and Bitcoin. So these are the ones that they started with. And this is currently what a UME is worth, so that's pretty good for them. And then if basically right now, if you provide liquidity, you can go to here and you can provide liquidity, and if you provide liquidity into one of these two pools, then you can either stake it and get staking rewards, or you can go to let me start over here. It's weird, this button does different things if you're on the staking tab. You can go to their UME finance site, so let me take you over here. And here's where you can do farming. So this is their farming site. You basically can stake either USDT TRX on their site, get their liquidity pool tokens, stake them here, and get a 52% return. That's actually pretty good. And here you can see the pool supply of how much there is to farm and how much there is staked. I like that you can see that here in the farming. That's really important, but it would be nice to be able to see how much liquidity quickly is on the actual swapping tab. Like, I should be able to check how much liquidity is in a pool pretty easily. Maybe if I had liquidity, it would show it to me. I haven't provided any for this site yet. And then you can, once you're in here, you can go ahead and start farming these UME tokens. This is the newer pool, this is the older pool. There's only 391 to go here, and there's another 1,600 to go here. So This is the safer one, obviously, and I say safer. This is very risky, so I want to make that clear. It is not, there's no guarantee that they're not going to just, there isn't some kind of glitch in this pool. There isn't some kind of way for somebody to drain all that money and make it disappear. You're getting close to the end. And so if there was going to be a rug pull or an exit scam, it would happen right about when this pool got down, probably under 100, because that's when some people will start pulling out. This is kind of what I saw with Tron. They got to a point where a lot of us were going to start to be very profitable and maybe walking away, and they exit scammed us. So be careful with any project where, like, I mean, maybe these guys are more known to you. You guys can let me know. But in the facting the questions, I'm not seeing like meet the team, check out the team, here's our telegrams, here's our anything else. It's just they're really good guides on how to do everything. They have great guides to show you how to provide liquidity, how to earn your tokens. Here's the vote tab where you can come and do the voting things. Their websites look good, they look clean, and it's just that I would like to see some more. This is who we are. You can trust us. We're not going to steal your money because everyone's going to know who we are. And that's the only thing. Other than that, it's a general great idea. If you guys are willing to do some staking of liquidity on this platform and you're willing to take that risk and then stake those tokens and farm the UME token, it does look like it could be profitable for some people. I currently don't have quite enough money freed up that I'm willing to put into Tron after the money I lost on Tron, and I'm probably going to move some more over here because there is some exciting things on Tron. I want to keep playing with them. I just, licking my wounds for maybe another couple days. So I'm kind of done there. I hope this was a little bit helpful. Just a quick little look at the USWAP.me. It really is just a staking platform with a governance token. The governance token can have value, and right now it does have a lot of value. So if you want to put your liquidity in here and then go ahead and stake liquidity and farm the token, it could be a very good move for you. It also could lead to either an exploit in the contract, a rug pull. One day we wake up, all these sites are gone, and that is just a possibility I want you to let everyone know can happen. As good as a site looks, there's a reason why I trust JustSwap a little bit more. Justin Sun's behind this. He owns the Tron network, and he, like I said, you can very easily get and go and look at the liquidity pools of anything on the site. So it's very easy to see if there are people putting money into a pool. And I do like to see that because the size of a pool matters to me when I'm looking to invest into a project. So we're going to take a quick look now at MoonStaking. So the MoonStaking platform is still going. I will admit it is not doing great on the auction block. It started off really, really hot, and it had some great first auctions, right? 700,000 Tron, 300, 200, 300. And then they had the day where Tron went down, and they never fully recovered from that. And it wasn't their fault. And now they're in the 50s and the 30s and the 20s. Now we're in the 10s and the 3s and the 2s. And this is disappointing because the idea behind this platform is that if the lobby stays up and people keep getting a lot of the tokens, then they can keep doing good. You can keep doing staking, and you can keep earning those dividend rewards, which gives value to your tokens. So I would like to see this go up, but if it's gonna if that's just what it's going to be, if it's just going to be a 10 to 12 to 20,000 TRX put in here, it can still be profitable. And that's why I'm still, let's just take a look really quickly. I'm going to go ahead and just put 20 TRX in here just because it's so little right now and the auction ends in 4 hours. And so once that is in there, it looks like I'm going to get, it says right now 12,000. It won't be 12,000. It'll be less by the time we get there. And we'll go look at the CSE one. This one's has been doing better. It's had some dips. And it's recovered. And then now on this weekend, it's had its first big dips. So again, right now I'm just trying these sites out with very, very small amounts. I know you're supposed to put a whole lot more in here, but I'll make my little bit back and then I'll see. So right now 20 is getting me about 354 tokens, and we're same thing for a little under 5 hours till this ends. So if you go and look at that, so right now, if I swap these, if I were to buy them on the market, 20 would get me 5,000 moons. So 12,000 is a lot more. So you could see a drop in the price of moons today. If you're holding them instead of staking them for some reason, you might want to get rid of them, because if this auction stays this way, I could just make 100% profit, right? If I get 10,000 for 20 and I come and dump them, and I dump 10,000 tokens and get 40 Tron if the price were to stay here. So we might see a dip if that auction doesn't get bigger. The staking platform's working just fine. I have a lot of stakes running. I'll have another one running soon. Every day that we go further, there's extra days that you have to wait for your stake to start. So it means that it's a way for them to build up the dividend pool, even if it is smaller, right? Because even if I'm buying my tokens today and I get a whole lot and I start a big old stake that lasts 30 days, 20 days, 10 days, up to 90 days, and I put it in here, I have to wait to the next one's going to be 19 days added on. So I'm going to have to wait 2.5 weeks before I even start earning rewards. So this is a program that's built for people who are willing to wait for it to go there. And that's just what it is. If you're not willing to wait, then you shouldn't get involved in these kind of rewards, because you really get hurt if you cancel these. You have to wait till they're ending. I'm getting closer to this one, my first one ending, and it's doing pretty good. I mean, I already have 29 rewards here. And eventually I'm going to get this back, and I'm going to make good interest, and I'm going to make good interest here. That's 300% on this one. If, at least that's what they're saying. This one, I did a 90-day stake, so I'm not getting that back for a while. I did a 30 here, I did a 90 here, a 30 here, a 90 here. Today I'll probably do a smaller one. I'm kind of going back and forth like that, doing longer ones, smaller ones, and then in a couple of months from now, I'll have these things ending, all coming in and cashing out at the same time, hopefully. Okay, looking at CSE, almost exact same platform, launched around the same time. Like I said, been more popular. Let's look at 354. So 20, if I were to buy them, would, oops, I did that backwards. Let me fix that really quick. I'd get 149. So it's the same thing right now, because this pool is so little. It's going to be a pretty good buy. I'll try to get this up, so if anyone wants to come and take advantage of this, that you can come get here before the 4 hours is up. But you're not going to have a whole lot of time. Right now it's 11:22 where I am. I'm on the West Coast, so PST. I don't know where you might see this video from, but if you see it the first day I launched it and you want to take advantage of trying to get a little entry in here, and honestly you might just be able to do a quick selling of the tokens if you don't want them, and get some Tron, a little come up. But that's only if it stays really low. Okay, if you come to check this out and this one is up near here or up near here, then there's none of that. If you buy this token, you need to stake it to get your money back. All right, let's go on to BetFury. I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can. If you're not interested in BetFury, I did it last, so you can just end it there. We took a look at the USWAP. We took a look at the Moons. We took a look at CSE. This has been one of my more profitable Tron site investments, even though I've been using Bitcoin to make money here. And I found this site through Tron, because if you use a Tron Link wallet, it's really easy to get logged in, and then you can deposit. But you can deposit Bitcoin from anywhere else to this platform, so you don't need a Tron wallet. So in my last video, I think I was much lower than this. I'm now up to 923 of the Bitcoin tokens for farming, and I haven't really been doing any more Tron betting, because right now the Bitcoin ones are just so much better, and I don't have a lot of Tron, so it's just makes sense to me to do it this way. So right now, currently, I'm getting 698 BTC for my 923 tokens. So I'm going to bring up a calculator really quick, and we're going to do 698. This isn't the exact amount, because there's a few hours until I get my staking payout. This number could go up a tiny bit. I've gotten over 700, or it could go down a little bit. It depends really on if the dividend pool is going up or down. We'll talk about that in a second. So we divide that by 923.56. And I'm getting about 0.75 Satoshis per day per token forever, But obviously, this will go down because your share of the pie is based on your percentage of the BFG tokens. There are some burning mechanisms with the token. They can gamble with this token, so some of them disappear. It doesn't just constantly go up at the exact same rate. It goes up at different rates depending on if people are gambling and winning, gambling and losing, or people are well, if you have the token, it automatically stakes. But so this changes. Your size of the pool gets smaller if you don't play, but the pool gets bigger. So we've never seen it up in this range, right? It's up to 123. It used to be down in the 70s when I first started doing this. So if this pool just keeps getting bigger, exponentially bigger, and for those of us who are farming the token now, it's about to go up another level of difficulty. So when I first started this, it wasn't even at 0.7. It was at 0.69. Now it's at 0.77. And so it's going to go 7.8 soon. And eventually, you know, this token's going to be up here. 0.01, you're going to have to bet to earn one. And when it's that hard to earn one of these tokens, if this this pool is super big, what value is this token going to be at? Does anybody can imagine what value a token that can farm you maybe 1, 2, 3 Satoshis a day on a site would be? I don't know, but I'm glad I'm farming these, and I'm glad that I've gotten some people to come to the site who are hopefully just farming it the way that you can farm this for free. And I'm not going to lie, if you're farming it for free, you're not going to get very many of the tokens at first, unless you're extremely lucky, Because what you have to do, you have to come here, you have to get your free PTC on the site. I will mention this, on the site lately, they've been having some issues with the CAPTCHA. You can do this site from the Clever wallet, and if you do, then the CAPTCHA seems to work better. So usually, if I refresh and I re-sign in here, then that usually fixes it. See? So lately I've had to refresh to get this to work. I'm glad I was able to show you that. If you're somebody here, that's a new problem. That wasn't happening in the past. Do pay attention when you do these, because sometimes if I'm talking to somebody and I'm trying to do this, I don't pay attention and I get these wrong. Let's see. Yeah, see? Got it wrong. It is a legit CAPTCHA, so you got to kind of pay attention, which makes sense. They don't want bots farming this stuff, right? And you'll get your 25 free Satoshis. Then you can come back an hour later. I mean, not an hour later, 20 minutes later, and get another one. Get another one. Get another one. Keep getting those 25s until you have about 100 or 200, and then you can come and gamble with them if you want to farm the token. If not, keep farming them until you get to 5,000 and do a slow withdrawal, and you'll get like 4,000 something Satoshis for free. Bitcoin's going up. This faucet has not gone down. It's still giving this out, and I've always said it's going to be funny one day to imagine if Bitcoin reaches the levels we all think it might, that people were giving out this much Satoshis a day. I mean, what if that's like, I don't know, even $2 or $3 in the future? If it ends up being $20 or $30 though, then you're going to be kicking yourself that you weren't taking advantage. Though I don't expect anybody to farm that much a day. You'd have to claim every 20 minutes, but you could probably get 3, 4, 500, right? If you're somebody who's on your computer all day and you just come back every 20 minutes and do your claim. I'll show you how I farm the tokens quickly. This is just going to be extremely quick examples, and because they're going to be super quick, I'm going to use Tron so that I don't have to worry about myself losing or not, because when I'm doing this for real, you got to have a number in your mind that you're okay with losing. So the most profitable format that I've done, and I'm gonna bet as if I was betting Bitcoin but with Tron. That way I can show you how this would work. With now you might have to go 10, right? I'm going to do 100 because I have enough Bitcoin to do 100 Satoshis a bet. You might have to start with 10. If you can't do at least 10, you shouldn't do this. And that's why I said you want at least like 200 so that you have some wiggle room to do some losing. Honestly, you want to have like 1,000 or more to use this dice strategy, or even more, because if not, you'll see you can lose it all really quickly. And none of these strategies are to win. These strategies are to lose slowly. So you bet it on an 80%, and you bet it till you lose. Then when you lose, you go down to 49, You do the same bet. You don't increase the bet. You're just trying to get your money back. Okay, you lost again. You go down to 45. You double it one time. Now you bet again. Okay, I lost again. I'm glad I'm losing because I wanted to show you the breakdown of how you do the bets down. And then you need to do all the math and understand if you could do this. Then you go down to 40 and you increase the bet by a factor of 1. So if you were doing 10, you'd be betting 30. I'm now betting 300. Okay, I lost again. Now we go down to 30. It's going to be funny because I'm trying to show you something I've used that worked and I'm not going to win. Okay, now we go down to 20. Now we go down to 10. Now this is where I would keep betting the 600 on 10 until I win, and I'll keep doing it just to show you, okay, there, I finally got a win. And that usually pushes you back up to where you were. Now you go back to 80, and you go back to your original bet, which I was betting 100. And it's funny on the example where, okay, there, see, now I lost on the 80, but I won it right back. And then you roll, and eventually, usually, here we go, you'll get a good streak of rolling 80s. And when you get that streak there, you won over what you were betting. And now you go down, you try, okay, and now we go back up. So this gives you a better example. This is the best dice strategy that I have seen to go ahead and not lose, right? I didn't really win anything. I won a tiny bit, but I didn't lose. But you have to be able to go all the way down to 10 and have a number of heads and turns in your head where you're okay with losing not 100 per spin, but you saw I was losing like 600 per spin. And it took me a couple spins before I hit. And there would have been a number where in my head eventually I would have been like, damn it, I've lost too much. I have to stop. Now, if this is too big for you, if this doesn't work for you or you don't have the balance to be able to do that, the other best way I found to farm the tokens is through Keno. They have this new coin flip game. This is kind of silly. I'll just show it to you because it's their new game. But I don't know if anybody really wants to try this. Actually, I want to go smaller because I don't want to lose some money just messing with the game. But you could do this technique, right? You bet, you lose, you double, you lose, you double, you lose, you double, you lose, of course I'm still gonna lose a lot. Okay, then I finally win, right? Then go back to your regular bet. Okay, now because the payout is a little bit lower than 2%, for this to work, eventually I need to win twice in a row. There, I won twice in a row, so now I'm profitable. Now, you have to be able to double up and live through a lot of losses of a 50% thing. And no matter what you think, eventually you would lose 20 or 30 times in a row. It's just what would happen. At least that's what I think. Maybe statistically it's so hard to lose 30 or 40 coin flips in a row that they don't have auto for this game, which is kind of interesting. It might be because it's kind of easy to win. I've actually played with this a little bit before. I've never not been able to win twice in a row one time to be able to get a pretty good profit because you are getting double your bet, right? So even though I was losing, eventually I got the wins and I almost got back everything I bet, and then got back almost double what I bet. So overall I was profitable on that little game. So you could play around with the coin flip if you want. It's dangerous, though. Any of these games, they're gambling. They're dangerous. You're going to lose. That's why I said I never try to win. I try to lose slowly. Okay, so here's the other way that you can go ahead and do the game to farm some tokens. So you either do an 8 spot or a 9 spot. Do not go up here to like the 10 because at the 10, the problem is these lower ones don't pay out high enough. So we want them to pay, we want these lower ones to pay out like this so that they get you multiples of your bet back. I've been playing this 9 spot. I've also tried playing without that spot. I'll try without for this example. Then you go to the you put it on auto. You set a number that you want it to stop if you make profit. I'll set it at 1,000 Satoshis. I'm pretending like my Tron is Satoshis. And then you set an amount that you're willing to risk. I'm going to say I'm willing to lose 3,000, but if you make 1,000 in profit, then you stop. Now you'll notice that if I'm betting, what I'm going to bet here, what I typically bet is either 50, 75, or 100. I want those numbers because those numbers do good math off of the multiplication. For this example, I'll do 75. You hit start and you let it go. Now, on this, risking 3,000, you could bet multiple times. When I do this, I usually farm somewhere between 2 and 5 tokens for that amount of BTC. And since normally it takes 7,700 bet to win 1 token, that means for 3,000 Satoshis, I'm able to bet over 14,000 to as high as 45,000 worth of Satoshis. That's also how I'm farming my level up. I'm almost at 86%. I haven't invested a lot of money in here that I've ever bet in large amounts. And see, this is a pretty good example. You see, it just goes, it's boring. You don't have to pay attention to this. You don't want to watch this. You want to just go ahead and let this run and let it just keep on, hopefully winning those 0.1s, those 0.45s. See, that's a 0.45. If you get a couple 0.2s in there, then you're able to get back what you're betting, and you're able to lose very slowly. Your balance will go down very slowly, and you could just allow this to run for a long time, and you will farm off some of those tokens. And also, if you're somebody who only has Tron, you can farm the Tron token. I'm going to go ahead and stop this now, and I'll go back to staking to show you. If you farm the Tron token, you do get some Bitcoin payouts, but you more get the Tron payouts. I haven't bet enough of these or farmed these. You'd need thousands of these, and then you could start getting a few Tron a day. But see the APRs? I don't know. I mean, this is this is so much more. Now, this is what used to be in the 400s, came down to the 300s. Maybe these will become more eventually. The one thing is, at some point, you're going to get these turned into these, because they're only going to have one farming token when they list the token on exchanges. So once that happens, you know, this is going to, if you did this into that, it's going to take a whole lot of these to get one of these, but you'll just get a little bit more. I will have a referral link, and they do have a very nice referral program for this site. So if you check it out, thank you very much. They do, let me see. I'll go ahead and show you guys about referral. So you can earn up to 15% per month. You get 15% when they win when they play games and win. You get 5% of the tokens they farm. And I don't suggest anyone play slots or table games, but if you're a big gambler and you want to, then I would get some of the money you win on those as well. And the nice part is that if they place a bet and they win, you get a piece. So if you're somebody who wants to come here and you're some kind of influencer and you want to get people on the site, go ahead and do that. It can be kind of profitable. I won't lie. It's helped my farming a whole bunch. It's one of the reasons why I've been able to. Let's see if I look at my balance on Bitcoin. I only deposited 0.0035 into the site. I have 0.0039, so I'm up 40,000 Satoshis. I am down 1,000 Tron I put on here, so I'm still in the hole a little bit, and it's because I decided to gamble and have some fun with 1,000 Tron, which isn't really much money, but I lost it. So I got to get this number a lot bigger before I'm completely back profitable, but I will get there. One of the other ways that you can use this site is to invest your Bitcoin at pretty darn good returns for Bitcoin. You can't really get 7% very many other places, but the thing with this is you have to be at a high rank. So you know, they have these boxes that you don't have to be at a high rank, and you can get 10%. But you can only invest 7,500. See, right here, you can invest a lot more. And at rank 3, you can invest a lot more. So to be able to earn their high-paying returns on large amounts of Bitcoin, you have to gamble a lot on the site. I'm going to make it to rank 2 probably by the end of the month. I get about 1% a day, losing around 3,000 Satoshis. If I lose... sometimes I don't get a full percent. Sometimes I get a little less. Anytime you're gambling, it's not luck, right? I could set up that Keno game and it could run for 2 hours sometimes. I can set up that Keno game and it only runs for like an hour. other days, and so I got half as much money out. I do have a couple boxes going, so actually my Bitcoin number is much higher than this. I'm actually over 0.005, so I am closer to getting all of my money back. See, I have 42,000 here, 42,000 here, 45,000 here, so that's another 120, almost 130. So if I added that in there, I'd be at 0.0052. I got to get to about 0.006 to cover all the Tron I lost, I think. Because the Tron I put on here was worth a little bit more, but I don't know if I would have ever sold it, so it could be worth what it's worth today. I could look at it that way. But it's a good site. It works well. The staking pool is growing and growing and growing. So if you wanted to farm some tokens that give you a return and do it by gambling, then you can come to the site and check it out. But like I said, gambling is dangerous. You're going to lose your money. The question is, will you farm enough tokens to get your money back quickly? Because you gamble in a way that helps you out so that you lose kind of slowly. But any of the taxes that I showed you, including that dice one, even though it worked out and I did hit a bet within a time that was okay on the small end under the 6, if I had been using my Bitcoin, I probably would have, I don't know if I would have given it up. When I get there, I usually say I'll do 10 spins. I'll give it 10 spins because when you're trying to go under 10, theoretically you have a 1 in 10 chance, so I'll give it up to 10 spins, and if I don't hit it, then I'm getting unlucky. I have to stop. But that was everything, everybody. I hope you have a good day. This was a longer video, but really I don't expect anyone except for my big fans of BetFury to hang out till the very end. If you did, let me know. If you're on the site, let me know. And if there's a project you want me to look at, let me know that too. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.